Hello friends, hi, this is Alok Ojha. Welcome to StudyIQ IAS English. We are going through target series of the questions that have appeared in the previous years, precisely concerning with history. And apart from this, what kind of questions can crop up in the examination from the perspective of history. Today we are going to throw light on few of the questions that have appeared in the examination, precisely from ancient India and modern India, so that we can understand the trend, analysis and the pattern of the questions that can appear in the UPSC examination based on the questions that have appeared previously. Okay, so stick in the video till the end. Here we are going to go through approximately 20 to 25 questions so that you can easily correlate the various aspects and the nature of the questions that have been asked in the examination. Okay, now let's begin. Consider the following statement about the Neolithic age. The term Neolithic was coined by Robert Bruce Foote. The development of agriculture took place during this age. My friends, this question is majorly from the prehistoric culture. And prehistoric culture is very important from the exam perspective. Like I'll give you a very simple example. If I speak about the evolution of Earth, it is divided into three different stages. Miocene age, Pliocene age and Pleistocene age. In Pliocene age, we observed bipedals for the first time. On the other hand, Pleistocene age is further divided into four stages: Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic and Chalcolithic. You'll observe one word is common here, and that word is lithic. Lithic basically means stone. Hence, this age is also referred as Stone Age. Okay, so precisely speaking, Robert Bruce Foote, he is called as father of Indian prehistory. So every stage has its own independent features. For example, Paleolithic age. Paleolithic age, specifically, it is known for development of paintings, discovery of fire, discovery of new stone tools. Apart from this Paleolithic age, then comes Mesolithic age. If I speak about the Mesolithic age, it is known for domestication of animal. And the evidence of domestication of the animals first time comes from the site of Adamgarh. And Adamgarh, it is located in Hoshangabad district of Madhya Pradesh, presently referred as Narmadapuram. So, the most important aspect, sites are also important. Neolithic age. Yes, the development of agriculture took place during Neolithic age. One of the most striking feature. Apart from development of agriculture, there was development of pottery, and there are different Neolithic sites. So from the exam perspective, it's not just the features that you have to study, it is also important to study different sites. Like I'll give you example of few Paleolithic sites, such as specifically speaking, Thar Desert, Pahalgam in Kashmir, then Hungsi in Gulbarg district of Karnataka, it's a Paleolithic site. Hiran Valley in Gujarat, Bilan Valley in Mirzapur district of Uttar Pradesh. Neolithic sites, Giyak and Kiari in Ladakh, Kuchai and Golbai Sasan, which is located in Odisha. Apart from this, Brahmagiri and Maski, which is located in Karnataka. Payampalli, located in Tamil Nadu. So all these are the important Neolithic sites. So questions can crop up from the section of sites as well. Question can crop up, who coined the term Neolithic? So it was coined by John Lubbock and not by Robert Bruce Foote. And who coined the term Neolithic Revolution? The term Neolithic Revolution was coined by Gordon Childe. So you can expect questions in different manner from the prehistoric culture. So I explained what kind of questions can crop up from this section. Okay. Then Indus Valley Civilization. Again, a very important topic from the perspective of ancient Indian history. Now the question is, Daimabad is the southernmost site of Indus Valley Civilization. Tropic of Cancer passes through the site of Dholavira. Okay, which among the following statements are correct? If I speak about the extent of Indus Valley Civilization, if somebody has an aerial view of Indus Valley Civilization, it will look roughly quadrilateral in shape or triangular in shape. And the northernmost site of Indus Valley Civilization is Manda, which is located in Jammu and Kashmir. If I speak in terms of Indian subcontinent, the northernmost site precisely is Shortugai, which is located in Afghanistan, Mundigak, which is located in Afghanistan. And the southernmost site is Daimabad, which is located in Ahmednagar district of Maharashtra. So this statement becomes correct. Then the westernmost site is Sutka Gendor, located on Pakistan-Iran border, and easternmost site is Alamgirpur. Okay. So apart from these sites, again, what kind of questions can crop up in the examination? I'll give you a very simple example. The concept of Great Bath was found for the first time at which Indus Valley civilization site? Another question that can crop up. The bronze image of a nude dancing girl was found at which site? And this question has been asked in UPSC 2025 Prelims examination. Correct? So I'll give you a very small example about Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro is the second Indus Valley civilization site to be discovered in 1922 by Rakhal Das Banerjee. What are the important findings from Mohenjo-daro? It is located on the banks of river Indus. Mohenjo-daro basically means mound of dead. Important findings from the site of Mohenjo-daro includes, precisely speaking, multi-pillared assembly hall, bronze image of a nude dancing girl, statite image of a bearded man, seal of Pashupati Mahadev or Proto-Shiva. Okay, so these Great Bath, the concept of Great Bath, all these things have been found from the site of Mohenjo-daro located presently in Pakistan. So here I mean to say here is, apart from the sites, sometimes what questions have been asked in the examination? What are the important findings from these sites? Okay, so go through important sites and I'll list few important sites that are very, important from the exam perspective. Harappa, one of the most important Indus Valley civilization sites. Mohenjo-daro. Lothal, which is located in Gujarat, it is called as Manchester of IVC. Dholavira, again which is located in Gujarat, and Tropic of Cancer passes through this site. In local language, it is called as Kotara Timba. Water conservation system or water cisterns have been observed for the first time at the site of Dholavira. Surkotara, horse remains have been observed here. Balu, Rakhigadi, Chanudaro, Banavali, Kalibangan, Desalpur, Hulaz, Sinoli, Shortugai, Mundigak. So sometimes the question can be very direct. Match the following sites and their locations. These sites are located across which states or which places. Okay. So there could be a probable question on that as well. So just go through that. Study the structure of Indus Valley civilization. Study the extent of Indus Valley civilization. What is the concept of great granary? What does the concept of great granary depict? What is the concept of great bath? Apart from concept of great granary and great bath, other questions that can crop up in the examination. I'll give you a very small example. Indus Valley civilization was horse-centered. So this statement is wrong. Another statement that crop up was the Indus Valley religion was secular and polytheistic. So this statement is correct. So go through all the features, seals, pottery, script, and so on. Moving ahead. Which among the following findings are incorrectly matched? As I've told you, questions can crop up in the form of finding. Lothal, Great Bath, Harappa, Copper Scale, Surkotara, horse remains. So answer here is Great Bath, because Great Bath has not been found at Lothal, which is also referred as Manchester of Indus Valley civilization. It was found at the site of Mohenjo-daro. Just in the previous question, we have discussed about this. So focus on important findings. So I'll write in short, what points do you need to focus upon if the question from the perspective of Indus Valley civilization comes? First of all, location of that place or site. It is located along the banks of which river? It was discovered by whom? And the most important, what are the important findings from this place and what does these findings suggest? Okay. So These points needs to be focused whenever you are studying Indus Valley civilization. These days, there have been a tendency of UPSC in asking questions about decline of Indus Valley civilization. Like as per different historians, there are different opinions regarding the decline of Indus Valley civilization. Some believe that Indus Valley civilization declined due to floods. Some believe that there was a deluge. Some believe that there was an earthquake. There was change in the course of rivers. So the names of the historians have been asked. So go through that as well. Moving ahead. Which among the following Brahman are associated with Samved? Now what is Brahman? What is Samved? Okay. I'll give you a very simple example. There are 4 Vedas like Rig Ved, Samved, Yajurved and Atharvaved. Precisely the questions have been asked in the examination and I'll tell you what kind of questions have been asked. Like let me give you a small example about Rig Ved and Samved. This is a question that have been asked. Okay. Now what are Brahmanas? Brahmana here is not a person. Brahmanas are the text. And these are the texts that explain that particular Veda. Simple words, these are the commentaries on the Veda. And the question have been asked in examination, Aitreya and Kaushtaki Brahman are associated with which Ved? So Aitreya and Kaushtaki text or Brahman are associated with Rig Ved. Samved, like for example, Panchvish, like Kaushtaki, it is associated with Rig Ved. Panchvish with Samved, Sadvish, then Talwakar with Samved. So answer here comes 2, 3, 5. D. Okay. Panchvish, Sadvish, Jaiminya, Tandamaha, Talwakar, all these are the Brahmins associated with Samved. Taittreya, Maitrayani, Satpath are the Brahmins associated with Yajurved. Then Gopath is the Brahman associated with Atharvaved. Apart from the Brahmins, what kind of questions can be asked? You can Google this. There was a direct question in the examination. What are Aranyakas? So Aranyakas are nothing but forest books. Apart from this, there could be a probable question in the UPSC examination concerning Vedic civilization related to terminologies. Okay, now what is Nishak? Nishak means gold coin. What is Nishagriv? Nishagriv means gold ornaments. Apart from this, what was king referred during the Vedic period? What is the concept of Gavisht? Apart from this, what is the concept of Goraj Muhurt? Okay, what was Godhum? What is Ikshu? Okay, so these terminologies are very important from the exam perspective. So focus on the terminologies. Apart from this, early Vedic period and later Vedic period comparative analysis on political, social, economical and religious grounds. Sati was prevalent, Sati was not prevalent. Village assemblies such as Sabha, Samiti, Gan and Vidhata were there. In fact, Vidhata is the earliest folk assembly of the Aryans and find mentions for 122 times in the Rig Vedic hymns or shlokas. So go through terminologies, go through all the Vedas, go through the Brahmans associated with the Vedas. Most important one, also go through few important Upanishads as well. I'll cite the examples in the further part of the session. So hope you understood what points needs to be focused precisely from the perspective of Vedic civilization. Okay. Next one. Krishna and Shukla are the parts of which Ved? Answer to this is Yajurved. See, the word Yajurved has been derived from the word Yajus. And the word Yajus basically means Yagna. It is divided into 2 parts. Krishna Yajurved and Shukla Yajurved. Now why it is called as Krishna Yajurved and Shukla Yajurved and why Krishna Yajurved is referred as Black Yajurved and Shukla Yajurved is referred as White Yajurved. I have explained that in quite depth and detail as a part of Ancient Indian History series, which is available on YouTube. If you go through the playlist of Ancient Indian History series, you will come to know about all these aspects, all these terminologies. Okay. Apart from this, what I have told you, whenever you are reading any of the Vedas, please go through the Brahmanas associated with those Vedas. And Brahmanas are text, not an individual. Clear? Moving ahead. Which among the following terminologies are correctly matched? Akshat means rice, Ikshu means sugarcane, Godhum means wheat. All of them are correctly matched. Now, what is pulses referred as? Pulses is referred as masa. Okay. What is barley referred as? Barley is referred as yava. What is butter referred as? Butter is referred as grit. Gold coins, nishak. Gold ornaments, nishak grieve. Okay. Ashwa means horse. Gau. Gau basically means what? Gau basically means cow. And gau was also referred as aganya, which cannot be killed. And the word gau, it finds mention for approximately 176 times in the Rig Vedic shlokas. And the word ashwa finds mention for 215 to 315 times in the Rig Vedic shlokas. So please pay attention to the terminologies. Probable questions can crop up in terminologies, not only from ancient India, but also from medieval India. One more point I'm telling you. Terminologies are not only important from the perspective of Vedic civilization. There could be probable question on terminologies from Sangam age. Okay. This question has been asked. You can Google this. What is Tolkappiyam? The question was not in the form of consider the following statements about Tolkappiyam. A direct plain question. What is Tolkappiyam? Tolkappiyam is nothing but a book on Tamil grammar. Okay. Apart from this, what is Kurunji? What is Mullai? Palai, Niyathal, Marutham. Okay. Then text of Sangam age, Shilpadikaram, Mani Meklai, Ittutogai, Kundal Kesi. Then another important thing. What is Kudavolai system? Yes, can anybody answer in the comment section? Please answer in the comment section what is Kudavolai system. And this system is associated with the Cholas. So I hope many of you will answer this in the comment section. What is Kudavolai system of the ancient Cholas? Okay. So I mean to say here, focus on the terminologies. Please do not skip the terminologies. Now many of the aspirants have a question now. Sir, is it necessary to read all the chapters? Yes, at least go through all these chapters once and make a glossary of these terminologies. Okay, because terminologies are important from the exam perspective. I'll talk about the Mauryan Empire in this part as well as in the further part of the session. And I'll tell you what question have been asked in UPSC 2025. Hope so the point is clear till here. Moving ahead. Vidhata was the earliest folk assembly of Aryans. King enjoyed unlimited powers during early Vedic period. Akshwap during the Vedic period was accountant. Which among the following statements are correct? Okay, king enjoyed unlimited powers. Okay. Which among the following statements are correct? Now let's understand about this. So this statement is wrong. These two statements are correct. Answer is 1 and 3. C, not D. Now, as I've told you, questions can crop up in the examination from the comparative analysis perspective. Like, let me give you a small example. Social life of the people during early Vedic period and later Vedic period. During early Vedic period, sati system was absent. Child marriage was absent. In fact, women were a part of decision-making process. How do we come to know about this? There were different village assemblies such as Sabha, Samiti, Gan and Vidhata. Sabha was specifically assembly of village elders. Samiti was in general assembly. And Vidhata can be considered as the earliest folk assembly of the Aryans. And as mentioned previously, the term Vidhata finds mention for 122 times in the Rig Vedic shlokas. Okay. Then, apart from this, there was, like it is said that caste system was there, but it was not rigidly followed. But everything got reversed specifically during the later Vedic stage. In fact, in the early Vedic stage, to an extent, women might be educated. How do we come to know about this? There are example of few women poetess such as Apala, Vishwavara, Lopamudra, who was wife of Agastya Rishiji, and so on. In later Vedic period, sati system became prevalent, child marriage became prevalent, caste system became deeply rooted. Sabha and Samiti, simple words, village assemblies lost their lost their importance. So there could be a question on comparative analysis. So study early Vedic period, that is Rig Vedic period, and later Vedic period from the perspective of social, political and religious angle. Hope the point is clear, my friends. Moving ahead. As I've told you, this question has been asked in the UPSC examination. Upanishad. Now, what is the meaning of the word Upanishad? See, what points do you need to focus in Vedic civilization? Rig Ved, Samved, Yajurved, Atharva Ved. Then study the Brahmanas associated with these Vedas. Then focus on the concept of Aranyakas. Aranyakas means forest book. Then focus on the concept of Upanishads. Then focus on the concept of Vedanga, that is limb of Vedas. These points you cannot afford to skip when you are studying Vedic civilization, because they are the root of the Vedic civilization. So you need to understand that. Now, what is Upanishad? Upanishad basically means, Up means nearby, Sad means sit. Sitting near the Guru's feet to acquire knowledge is Upanishad. Totally there are 108 Upanishad. Among them, 11 are the most important one and are referred as Mukhya Upanishad. This question has been asked in the examination. The dialogue between the 13 years old boy or 12 years old boy Nachiket and Yam, god of death, it finds mention in which Upanishad? Katha Upanishad. Our national motto is Satyameva Jayate Handwritten. Truth alone triumphs and not the falsehood. It finds mention in which Upanishad? It finds mention in, yes, specifically it finds mention in Mundaka Upanishad. Mandukya Upanishad is the smallest one. Chanda Yoga Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad are the oldest one. Again, my second question, answer this in the comment section. My second question is, there are 4 ashrams of life: Brahmacharya, Grihasth, Vanaprasth and Sannyas ashram. All these 4 stages of life or 4 ashrams of life have been mentioned in which Upanishads? So answer that again in the comment section. Okay. So go through the section of Upanishads as well. So answer here is Katha Upanishad. Clear? Moving ahead. Rig Ved. Now, if you are studying Rig Ved, compulsorily study Mandal 1 and 10, Mandal 3, apart from Mandal 3, Mandal 9. Rig Ved, it has approximately around 1028 hymns, and it comprises approximately 10,552 mantras. Out of 1028 hymns, maximum number of hymns are dedicated to Indra, god of rain, god of war, who is also referred as Purandar, that is breaker of forts. And approximately 250 hymns are dedicated to Indra. 200 hymns are dedicated to Agni, god of fire. 120 hymns are dedicated to Som, that is god of plants or intoxicants. And the most important mandal, and a question has been asked on that, Mandal 3. The concept or simple words, the famous Gayatri mantra finds mention in which mandal of the Rig Ved? It finds mention in Mandal 3 of Rig Ved. Okay. The origin of the Varna system finds mention in which section of Rig Ved? It finds mention in Purusha Sukta, which is a part of Mandal 10 of Rig Ved. So read compulsorily Mandal number 1 to 10, Mandal number 3, Mandal number 9, compulsorily. Then major rock edicts. Ashoka, like it is said that before becoming the ruler of the Mauryan Empire, he was serving as a governor of Avanti. And precisely speaking about Ashok, like Battle of Kaling drastically changed Ashoka's life, which was fought in 261 BC. And after Battle of Kaling, it is believed that more than 150,000 persons were killed, and approximately more than 1 lakh person were killed, and approximately 150,000 were made as prisoners of war. And Ashoka said that if this is the way to win over the people, I don't want to be a Chakravartin. Chakravartin basically means ruler of 4 directions. Okay. So, it is said that he abandoned conquest by war, that is Bheri Ghosh, and he adopted conquest by peace, love and peace, that is Dhamma Ghosh. So, majority of the events associated with Ashoka are mentioned in major rock edicts, which comprises of 14, and minor rock edicts, which comprises of 3. Major pillar edict, which comprises of 7, and minor pillar edict, which comprises of 3. I'll tell you which are the important rock edicts that you cannot afford to miss in the examination. So, whenever you are reading Ashoka's major rock edict, read rock edict number 1, rock edict number 2, 3, 5, 7, 12, and 13. So, these rock edicts of Ashoka are very important from the exam perspective. And rock edict number 13, why? Because the Battle of Kaling, which was fought in 261 BC, finds mention in the rock edict number 13, which is the largest rock edict of Ashok. Another important rock edict, number 5, where it is mentioned that every human is my child, and appointment of a special officer related to spreading of the philosophy of Dhamma. And the officer was referred as Dhamma Mahamatra. I repeat, Dhamma Mahamatra. So these are the rock edicts that you have to read compulsorily. So please keep on noting down. Okay. The reason behind telling this is, I have gone through approximately 8 to 10 years of the question papers of UPSC, precisely relating to ancient Indian history and modern Indian history. And after analyzing the trend, I have come up with certain conclusions, which I am sharing with you. Okay, friends? So please keep on noting down as well. So rock edicts are important from the exam perspective. Another, Ruminde Pillar Edict. What is the significance of Ruminde Pillar Edict? Another pillar edict which is important from exam perspective is Nigali Sagar Pillar Edict. Okay. So all these things are very important from the exam perspective. Moving ahead. Chandragupta Maurya is referred as Sandrokotas in Greek and Latin literature. Ashoka, before becoming the emperor, was governor of Avanti. Which statement is correct? Like terminologies. Ashoka was referred as Priyadarshini, means the most beautiful one. He is referred as Ranyo Ashok. A question has been asked in UPSC Prelims examination. Ashoka was referred as Chand Ashok, Ashoka the fiercest. Okay, he is referred as Devanama Piyadasi, beloved of gods. Similarly, Bindusar, Ashoka's father, he was referred as Amitra Ghat, and in Greek and Latin literature, he was referred as Antriochates. Chandragupta Maurya was referred as Sandrokotas or Androkotas. Okay. Apart from this, there could be a question in the examination. These rulers accepted which religion during the during the later stages of their life? Chandragupta Maurya accepted Jainism. Bindusar accepted Ajivika sect. And Ashoka embraced Buddhism. So you can expect questions from here. We cannot afford to miss administration of Mauryas, because administration of Mauryas was quite dynamic. Apart from administration of Mauryas, also focus on 2 key important texts on which Megasthenes Indica, a question has been asked in the UPSC Prelims examination. So what are the important things that are mentioned in Megasthenes Indica? Like there was absence of slavery in India. There have been no famine in India so far. Indian society was divided into 7 classes and so on. So just go through the important points of Megasthenes Indica. And apart from this, go through Kautilya's Arthashastra. Like Arthashastra, if we go by the literal meaning of the word Arthashastra, it basically means book on economics. But my friends, Arthashastra is not only a book on economics, it's a political statecraft. Many of them, Like historians such as Jacobin, they believe that it's a first book on geopolitics. And it is divided into 15 adhikarnas, which comprises of 6,000 shlokas, 380 karikas, 150 chapters and 180 topics. So compulsorily, as a part of Arthashastra, go through two important theories, Mandal theory and second one is Saptang theory. If I speak about the literature part associated with Mauryas, also go through Mudra Rakshasa and Parsiti Parvan written by Hemchandra. Clear? Rajuka was a revenue officer and finds mention in Rock Edict number 3. Sansthan and Sanchari were spies and concept of Stridhan gained prominence during Mauryan period. This year question have been asked in UPSC Prelims examination. Rajuka, Yukta and Pradeshika are. So Rajuka, Yukta and Pradeshika are district level officers during the Mauryan period. So from the perspective of administration, what all things that we have to read? The role of king. Second, important ministers. Sita Adhyaksh, Kupya Adhyaksh, Antpal, Durgapal, Sani Dhata, Potwa Adhyaksh, Patan Adhyaksh. What are these terminologies? So important minister. Provincial administration, and in provincial administration compulsorily read about Rajuka, Yukta and Pradeshika. Rajuka was revenue officer, Yukta was treasurer, Pradeshika was tax collector. Apart from this, read about spy system. Sansthan, these are stationary spies. Sanchari, these are wandering spies. Good Purush, he was the head of spy department. Then, basic administration, grassroots level. So, what is Gramika, Gop and Sthanak? So, Gramika, he was the head of one village. Gop, he was the head of 10 villages. Sthanak was the head of 100 villages. Clear? Then read about the defense system. Read about the role of Kumar Amatyas, simple words, governors. Same thing you can also replicate for the Gupta's administration. Okay? So these are the points from the Mauryan Empire which you cannot afford to miss. So what are the points? I'll repeat it. Majorly, Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusar and Ashok, later Mauryan rulers. Then Ashoka's rock edict, 14 major and 3 minor rock edicts, 7 major and 3 minor pillar edicts. I've talked about important rock edicts that should be studied compulsorily. Two important texts, Megasthenes Indica and Kautilya's Arthashastra. In Kautilya's Arthashastra, read about Mandal theory and Saptanga theory. Megasthenes Indica, just have a glimpse of that. Okay? In administration, read about all these important aspects along with terminologies. Clear? What is Tathagat? This is the terminology associated with Buddhism. Direct question have been asked in the UPSC Prelims examination. So Tathagat basically means pathfinder of truth. So Buddhism and Jainism are again two important topics and favorite topics of UPSC. So what are the things that you need to study from Buddhism perspective? These are the 7 to 8 or 10 important things that I am telling you. How Siddhartha became Buddha. Wherein you have to cover terminologies. What is Mahabhinishkraman, Mahaparinirvan, Nirvan, Sakya Muni, Tathagat and so on. Four Noble Truth and Eightfold Path. Then come sect of Buddhism, like Heenyan, Mahayana and Vajrayana. I'll give you a very simple example. The concept of Bodhisattva is associated with which sect of Buddhism? Answer this in comment section. Third question. Okay. Then Mudras of Buddhism. And there has been a question in UPSC examination on Bhumi Sparsha Mudra and significance of Bhumi Sparsha Mudra. Caves associated with Buddhism. What is the concept of Chaitya and Vihar? Again, there has been a question in UPSC directly. What is Chaitya Griha? So, Chaitya Griha is nothing but a prayer hall. Then, apart from Mudras, caves, Buddhist councils. So there were 4 Buddhist councils. What were the significance of these Buddhist council? Where were these Buddhist council held? Who patronized these Buddhist council? And what was the output of this Buddhist council? Okay. Apart from this, monasteries. A question have been asked in the examination in the form of match the following. On one hand, here monasteries were given, and on the other hand, location of these monasteries were given. Which among the following are correctly matched, or which among the following are incorrectly matched? Then, another important topic, stupa architecture. What is, like, there are 3 kinds of stupa: Sharirik stup, Paribhogika stup, and Updeshika stup. What are the locations of important stupas? What are the concepts like Anda, Harmika, Vedika? Okay, these are the concepts, Chhatra, associated with stupa. Then, Buddhist schools of art. Gandhar School of Art, Mathura School of Art, and Amravati School of Art. Again, an important topic from the perspective of Buddhism. Then comes Buddhist literature, and the most important one, 3 Pitakas. Please do not miss the part of 3 Pitakas, specifically Vinay Pitak, Sutta Pitak, and Abhidhamma Pitak. And yes, UPSC is also developing a tendency to ask a question on Bodhisattvas these days. So, please read 10 Bodhisattvas. Okay? If you want to correlate with current affairs, also go through which one of the following stupa was in news, or precisely which of the following Buddhist festivals were in the news, precisely celebrated in the monasteries of the northeastern part of India and Ladakh, Losar festival, and so on. Which monastery is called as Ajanta of Himalayas? Okay, so just go through all these important topics from the perspective of Buddhism. See, a question on monasteries. Which among the following monasteries are located in Himachal Pradesh? So I have asked you a question. So Tawang Monastery, it is not located in Himachal Pradesh, it is located in Arunachal Pradesh. Tabo Monastery, which is called as Ajanta of Himalayas, K Monastery, it is located in Spiti Valley of Himachal Pradesh. So both of them are located in Spiti Valley. So answer is 2 and 3. Okay. Now, apart from Buddhism, I'll also tell you which are the important topics that you need to cover from the perspective of Jainism. First topic that you need to cover from Jainism is important Tirthankar. There are 24 Tirthankars of Jainism. Okay. And there are different symbols associated with all these Tirthankars. Like the first Tirthankar is Rishabhnath ji or Adinath ji, whose symbol is bull. The 23rd Tirthankar is Parshavnath ji, symbol is snake. And Vardhaman Mahavir ji, his symbol is lion. So Tirthankars and their symbols. 5 cardinal principles of Jainism. Sect of Jainism. What is Shwetambar? What is Digambar? As per Digambar, why only men can attain moksha, not female can attain moksha? As per Shwetambar, which Tirthankar is a female? So 19th Tirthankar, as per Shwetambar, is a female, Mallinath ji. And her symbol is Kalash. And a temple is dedicated to Mallinath ji, Mallagudi Jain Temple, Tamil Nadu. Then comes temple associated with Jainism. Probable question for match the following. Okay, like specifically recently there was a place associated with Jainism in news. Okay, and that place is located in Gujarat. 4th question that I'm asking, please answer in the comment section. And the question was, which city of Gujarat has been declared as the first 100% vegetarian town or city of India? 100% vegetarian. Why? Because this place have been visited by 23 out of 24 Tirthankars, except 22nd, whose name was Neminath ji, and his symbol was conch shell. So, temples associated with Jainism. Text or literature associated with Jainism. And the most important one, the concept of 9 tattvas of Jainism and Jain councils. So, how many Jain councils were there? 2 Jain councils. So, go through these aspects of Jainism as well. Buddhist Council. So, as discussed, go through the section of Buddhist councils compulsorily. Now, let's come to Governor General part. Modern India. I'll tell you what kind of questions can crop up from certain section of Modern India. If you're reading Modern India, read about Portuguese. In Portuguese, precisely, okay, do not miss the works of, see, you have to read everything in depth and detail, but you cannot afford to miss the works done by them, whose name I am writing here. Portuguese were the first to arrive in India, okay, and there were different Portuguese viceroys who came to India. Like, I'll give you a small example. I have, like, right now I'm going through classroom series of modern Indian history, and previously also as a part of YouTube series, I have covered modern Indian history. So the aspirants, those who are new to the platform, can go through that series. So Almeida, he was one of the viceroy, and he was known for blue water policy. That is, having a monopolistic control or command over the trade in Indian Ocean. So this was by Almeida. Albuquerque, he made Goa as the epicenter of economic activities of Portuguese. I did not say he made Goa as the capital of Portuguese. He made Goa as the epicenter of economic activities of Portuguese. He banned sati in the region of Goa. He started the first mint in the region of Goa. Nino Cunha, he made Goa as the capital. So read about Portuguese. Dutch East India Company, which is also called as VOC, okay, also referred as United East India Company. And the most important thing that you have to read about Dutch East India Company is Battle of Colachel. Then, what is the concept of 17, also referred as 17? I have explained that in quite depth and detail as a part of classroom series. So read about this. Okay. Apart from this, what do you need to read in English East India Company? English East India Company compulsorily read about important governor generals. There are 15 governor generals. Okay. Here, majority of them are important, and what kind of questions can crop up? I'll give you examples of few. Okay. Zamindari system of land revenue or permanent settlement came up during the time of which governor general? Guarantee system, it came up during the time of which governor general? Which governor general came up with the policy of subsidiary alliance system? Subsidiary alliance system was initially the idea of whom? Vellore mutiny of 1806 took place during the time of which governor general? Treaty of Yandabu with Burma was signed during the time of which governor general? Okay. Specifically, Thuggy and Dacoity department were established during the time of which governor general? Who was the governor general who imposed duty on cultivation of opium in the region of Malwa? So all these kind of questions you can expect in the examinations and have cropped up in the examination. So governor generals forms a very important part of the examination. Okay. Moving ahead. Doctrine of lapse, very famous. See, doctrine of lapse is associated with Lord Dalhousie. Now, Lord Dalhousie, he was the youngest governor general, and he became governor general at the age of 36. His original name was James Andre Ramsay. So, Lord Dalhousie, he is not only known for doctrine of lapse system, he is also known for non-regulation system. He is also known for guarantee system, which is associated with railways. He is known for, like, Gurkha battalion came during his time. Shimla became the summer capital of India. Okay. Apart from this, first education commission, Wood's dispatch came up during his time. So systems are important. Subsidiary alliance system, doctrine of lapse system, then guarantee system, non-regulation system. These kind of questions are important from the exam perspective. In general, I mean to say, read governor generals thoroughly. Who is called as father of civil services? It was Lord Cornwallis. Lord Cornwallis, he is also known for westernization of public service. Westernization of public service basically means what? Only Britishers were allowed to sit in the civil services examinations. Indians were not allowed. Apart from this, he is also referred as blue-blooded aristocrat because he came from a very royal and a noble family. Answer in the comment section, who is known for Indianization of public service? If Cornwallis is known for westernization of public services, who is known for Indianization of public service? Answer this in the comment section, and I'll give you a hint. this person has banned sati in the region of Bengal. I guess many of you will recollect it night. Okay? Next one. Individual satyagraha. Do not at any cost avoid any of the movement associated with M.K. Gandhi. All the movements associated with M.K. Gandhi are very, very important from the exam perspective. Very, very important. Okay? Rather it be any of the peasant movement, non-cooperation, civil disobedience movement, Quit India movement. Okay? So before launching Quit India movement, M.K. Gandhi had come up with individual satyagraha. Why? Because at that point of time, Britishers wanted the participation of Indians in World War II. And Indians were not at all interested in World War II. So Britishers had come up with August Offer, then Cripps Mission and so on. So M.K. Gandhi had started satyagraha on individual basis. And he personally chose satyagrahi. So the first satyagrahi that was chosen was Acharya Vinoba Bhave. Okay. And precisely Acharya Vinoba Bhave, he had also coined the term, not coined the term, he had started Sarvodaya Samaj. In fact, the term Sarvodaya, it was coined by whom? In fact, the term Sarvodaya was coined by M.K. Gandhi. One more thing, M.K. Gandhi, he had started Harijan Sevak Sangh. Question can crop up in the examination, who coined the term Harijan? It was not coined by whom? M.K. Gandhi. It was coined by a Gujarati Bhakti saint, Narsingh Mehta. So these kind of questions can crop up. Newspapers, New India and Young India. People will get confused. So Young India was a newspaper of M.K. Gandhi and New India was a newspaper of Annie Besant. So such kind of confusing questions can crop up in the examination. Okay? Then, leaders of Revolt of 1857 from the region of Allahabad and Assam. I'll tell you, sometimes a question can crop up in the form of match the following. Here there would be leaders, location. Let me give you a few examples. Liaquat Ali from Allahabad and Banaras, Rani Lakshmi Bai from Jhansi, Tatya Tope from Gwalior, Nana Sahib Peshwa and Manavati Ji from the region of Kanpur. Then Begum Hazrat Mahal and Uda Devi from the region of Lucknow, Jhalkari Bai from the region of Jhansi, then Kunwar Singh and Amar Singh from Jagdishpur, Bihar, Gajdar Singh, Gorakhpur, okay, Devi Singh from the region of Mathura, Dhan Singh Gujjar from the region of Meerut, Diwan Maniram Dutt Baruha and his brother Pyali Baruha from the region of Assam, okay, then Gangadeen Mehtar from the region of Kanpur, Thakur Jodha Singh Ataiya from the region of Fatehpur, Bawan Imli episode. So there are different things also that you can correlate to Revolt of 1857. Also read about interesting facts such as what is Ajnal massacre? Very few texts highlight about this. What is Ajnal massacre? What is Ambala uprising as a part of Revolt of 1857? I have covered that as a part of classroom series. Okay, so all these perspectives are very important from the examination. Newspaper, revolutionary terrorism. So newspapers are very important. So Young India, New India, Indian Opinion, Voice of India, Rast Goftar, then specifically Samvad Kaumudi, then Miratul Akbar, Leader. So all these are the newspapers which are factual in nature, but you have to study them. Following statements. Who described the best and the bravest of all? It was about Manikarnika ji, that is Rani Lakshmi Bai, Captain Hugh Rowe's statement. So statement based questions. Also study important charter acts. And which are the important acts that you have to study? Regulating Act 1773, which designated Governor of Bengal as Governor General of Bengal. Pitt's India Act 1784. Charter Act 1813, very important because monopoly of English East India Company got ended but not completely. Monopoly was still kept intact in terms of tea and China. Then Charter Act 1833, very important because as per this act, Governor General of Bengal was now designated as Governor General of India. And the first Governor General of India was Lord William Bentinck. This act is also known as St. Helena Act. Then comes Charter Act 1853 and the most important one, Government of India Act 1858. So all these are the important acts. At the later stages, please study Indian Council Act 1892, Morley-Minto Reforms 1909, Government of India Act 1919 and Government of India Act 1935. Very important from the examination perspective. Okay. Then Jyotiba Phule. So here answer is D. First women university was not started by Jyotiba Phule. It was started by D.K. Karve, Dhondu Keshav Karve. So Renaissance movement tried to divide that into four parts: Eastern, then Eastern, Pan India, Southern, and Western. In Eastern India, compulsory study about Rajaram Mohan Roy, Brahmo Samaj, Atmiya Sabha, Sadharan Brahmo Samaj, Adi Brahmo Samaj of India or Navavidhan, Young Bengal movement. Okay. Then Western, Prarthana Samaj, Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, M.G. Ranade and so on. Southern compulsorily focus on South Indian Liberation Federation, also called as Justice Movement. Then E.V. Ramaswamy Naikarji, also referred as Self-Respect Movement. And then comes contribution of Narayan Guru, that is Ezava movement or Sri Narayan Dharma Paripalan Yogam. Pan India studied three important movements: Arya Samaj, Ramakrishna Mission and Ramakrishna Mutt, and Theosophical Society. Okay. And Muslim reform movements are equally important. I have again taken a session on classroom series on Muslim reform movements, precisely focus on two important ones. Rather than saying two important ones, 3 to 4 important ones. Faraizi movement, Ahmadiyya movement, which is also called a standard bearer of Mohammedan Renaissance, Aligarh movement. Okay. Faraizi movement, then Aligarh movement, Ahmadiyya movement and Titumir movement. All these movements are important from the exam perspective. Back to Vedas, this was a statement given by Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji. He also said Vedas are eternal and infallible. Read about Arya Samaj, read about Shuddhi movement. All these aspects are very important from the exam perspective. Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji's whose original name was Mool Shankar. Okay. As I have discussed previously, from ancient Indian perspective, there could be a probable question on match the following. What are the important findings? So these are the archaeological findings mentioned on one side. These are the locations. So Lothal, your first artificial brick dockyard has been observed. Okay. Then plowed field, it was observed at Banavali. Then terracotta replica of plow, plowed field Kalibangan. Terracotta replica of plow, it is Banavali. Dholavira inscription comprises of a large signboard. So here questions can crop up in the form of match the following as well. So this was a short discussion specifically on what kind of questions you can expect in the examination. Okay. In the coming session on target series of what kind of PYQs have cropped up and what kind of questions can come up, I'll again come up with important topics of modern Indian history and medieval Indian history. So my friends, hope you understood what approach do we need to follow here in the examination. Okay. So these are the questions that you have to study. Hope so the point is clear, my friends. Okay, just give me a second. So please keep on revising the concept, because one more important thing. See, if you study a lot, but if you do not revise, there's no point in going through these concepts as well. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. Also go through the archaeological excavations, archaeological studies, because questions can crop up in the form of this archaeological study was conducted by whom, or this excavation was done by whom. Okay. I don't guess Okay, we'll be coming up in the further sessions specifically on these aspects. So, hope you understood the basic pattern of what kind of questions can crop up in the examination. Okay, now just give me a second. My friends, StudyIQ IAS English has come up with a sale, and this sale specifically, it would be ending on 7th of December. Okay, and this sale, it is specifically not only for GS, what we say 2027, it is also for 2028, and the prices are quite affordable as a part of Mission Success sale. The price starts at 12,499. The batches are available in Hindi and English, Hindi, and completely in English language. Okay. Apart from this, there is a December batch. Specifically, it's a crash course on prelims, which is also referred as SIP batch, Success in Prelims, wherein the major target would be for the aspirants, those who are aspiring for 2026 prelims. And the price for that batch is 5499, which is also again very affordable in comparison to the hefty prices of the classes in Delhi. Corely available in English language. All the topics would be taught compulsorily in English: history, geography, polity, economy, current affairs, and so on, with proper focus on CSAT as well for the SIP batch. Okay. So, the sale would be ending on 7th of December 2025. So, it's the last day of the sale. So, use the code Alok Ojha, that is Alok Live, that is flashing on your screen, to get the benefits of these batches. I repeat, the code is Alok Live. Okay, my friends. So with this, I'll stop my words for the day. Next week, we'll be throwing light on different aspects of modern Indian history and medieval Indian history. Thank you.